One thing that almost nobody notices, but it's present in almost every person's life, that creates a huge annoyance, is like a perceptual filter, a subtle belief that we have about reality that isn't true, and it's a huge cause for suffering. I'm going to talk about it in this video, but first I'll just present a simple model of how perceptual filters build upon each other in most human people's lives. And those perceptual filters are actually the cause for suffering, because we believe in things that isn't true. We tend to make stupid decisions. We tend to do things that aren't helpful to us because we think that reality is something that it isn't. And not only that, the perceptual filters in and of themselves, to fabricate them in every moment, is uncomfortable and painful. So, how does this happen? Well, if we examine reality closely, we see that there isn't actually anything that we can say about it. From one perspective, of course, we can say something about it, but it's all just estimations, getting close to something that isn't really there, or recognizing a pattern that is similar enough to what it just was for us to call it the same. But if you look really closely, there it's not really the same. There might be a similarity to it, but there's also something that is different. So this elusive nature of reality, we don't like that. We want certainty, we want permanence, we want long-lasting satisfaction, something that isn't coming and going. But that's not what reality is. But we deny that fact and try to avoid it. And the primary avoidance, when we don't recognize that, is that we fabricate a sense of self, something that is permanent. And this thing is called different things in different traditions, in different religions. It's what we call God, it's what we call Atman, it's what we call consciousness, the self, awareness. But it is a subtle fabrication. No such thing exists in our direct experience, so we cannot find it. Hence, why we believe. And this arises because we don't see clearly the fact that it is ungraspable, that it is elusive, that it is not permanent, that it lacks substance. And after we fabricated sort of the most primary sense of this exists, we layer different fabrications on top of that to further reify the sense of permanence, that which we long for but doesn't exist. But today, I'm not talking about the other fabrications. I'm talking about the most primary illusion or primary fabrication that happens because we long for something that doesn't exist, and how that happens, basically. So when we don't see clearly that things doesn't exist, we start to look for that which we hope exists. And where do we look? Well, we project that that thing is not right here, right now. So if you look in your own experience and you try to feel into it, you can notice that there is a subtle sense of trying to find something that isn't here. This is going on always. It's the illusion that something other than what's present right now could be found. But of course, that's not possible. It's a contradiction, because it is what's present. No matter what it is or isn't, that's simply what's the case. So to look for something that isn't here is, of course, a cause for suffering. It's like running around your house looking for your keys, but the keys isn't anywhere to be found. And that sense of looking for, or thinking that there is something that you are not experiencing right now? Well, it's a complete impossibility. And we don't even notice that we do it. So I was talking to my friend yesterday who has been exploring these topics. And of course, he sort of intellectually understood that what's right here, right now, is of course, there is no possibility for anything else. But yet somehow, he had been experiencing by thinking that there is something that he isn't seeing. This perpetual belief that got him to look for something outside of experience, some felt sense that he wasn't clearly seeing. He had started to believe that sense was not really here. And when we do that, some subtle restlessness arise because we then think that there is something to do. We have to do something about this. And it can happen like there is some felt sense of vagueness. And then we think that vagueness is not just how vagueness feels. We think that there is something hidden behind the vagueness, something that we're not clearly seeing. It can happen with other feelings as well, feelings of doubt. When doubt arises, we think that we are not certain. And because of that, we can't take the next step. We can't do the next thing. And we think that there is something wrong. But there is nothing behind the doubt. The doubt is just a felt sense. But when we think about the doubt, we add an extra layer of belief to the doubt, as if we can't just experience doubt. And we do that with almost every feeling. I was talking to another friend the other day, and she was like telling me that she was afraid. You're afraid. Why is being afraid a problem? Well, it isn't a problem. It's only a problem when you think that being afraid is not okay. You don't want to be afraid. Yes, that's one thing. But the fear in and of itself is just a felt sense. So the resistance towards the feeling is what's causing the discomfort. But after a while, we can even stop resisting the felt sense, but then this very subtle sense of what I'm looking for is not really here. It doesn't really create a reactive pattern for us to act or do something about it, but it creates a subtle restlessness of, and maybe we don't even think that this is not it, but we kind of feel like we have to do something about it. But when we notice what that process is, we see that, aha, I believe that there is something beyond this, something that is better or worse. And that creates a subtle sense of discomfort. Once we see that, this process just arises as it is, and we notice it for what it is, just that, and in believing that it is something other than that, we are simply misinterpreting the experience. And when that drops, suffering goes with it. We stop rejecting this moment. We stop looking for something outside what is already the case. So I hope you found this video useful. If you want to talk to me, just reach out. We'll figure it out. And I hope you find this aspect in your own experience and bring it into consciousness so that you can be free from the annoyance of looking for something that doesn't exist. Take care for now.